What's up, Saiyan Army? Overhead press day today, 195 pounds for 10 sets of 3 reps. And a lot of you guys may be like, what? Weren't you just doing 200 pounds for 10 sets, 10 by 3? Just your last training cycle? And the answer is yes. As I talked about in my last video, lots of changes being made to my split. What I'm doing is I'm decreasing rest times. If I can't finish all sets in 5 minutes, then I'm going down in weight. Or I'm just going to redo the whole, keep my training max the same, and just redo the whole thing. Okay? Right now, this workout was actually really fast. 195 pounds flew up. Another thing I changed is I'm not hyping myself up before every lift. I'm just going to the bar calmly and just seeing where my strength is currently at. And this workout, this overhead press portion of the workout only took about 40 to 45 minutes. I was taking less than 5-minute rest times in between sets. So it felt really damn good. And another thing you can also see is I'm kind of pausing at the top after each rep, just locking it out. Full range of motion and everything. As to before, I would stop right before a lockout and just bring it back down. It was more bouncy. So I'm keeping my form very strict and just resetting everything. Now, moving forward, every training cycle, if it's a training max is hard, I'm just gonna redo it. Okay? Let's say I keep increasing my training max by 5 pounds every month, and I started at 225 at the beginning of this year. That's 80 pounds, that's 285 pounds. Am I gonna do 285 by the end of the year? Probably not, unless I decide to go a natty. So, right now I'm not looking at it as a race, I'm looking at it more as a journey for everyone. I just felt like I just needed to keep grinding and grinding, and grinding strength did help. Last time I did this weight, 195 pounds, it was very heavy, and there was a lot of break time. But this, it felt super duper light. So moving forward, everything, rest time 5 minutes or less. If I have to repeat training cycles, that's what I gotta do. What I noticed was before, overhead press days would take hour 15, sometimes longer. After you spend over an hour at the rack, you don't want to do any bodybuilding accessories. You're just too tired for it. Mentally, you just want to go home. So what I noticed after this workout, because it went by so fast, bodybuilding accessories, I like to keep my bodybuilding accessories high volume. So everything you see in the video moving forward is all 3 to 4 sets, which is the way I like to do it. So this workout was amazing. Now, let's get into the meat. And someone asked me in my last video, how much weight should I gain on a lean bulk? Now this question is very individualized, meaning it depends how long you've been lifting for. Are you a beginner lifter, intermediate, advanced lifter? Also, what kind of workouts have you been doing? Have you been doing like calisthenics, CrossFit? What have you been doing? You know? Here's how I do it for my online clients when I have them lean bulk. I figure out what their maintenance is, and I slowly increase it little by little, okay? Obviously if they're more intermediate to advanced lifters, I keep it at about half a pound a week or less. For my beginner lifters, it's about a pound a week. Even if they gain 2 pounds a week, that's totally fine. What I do is I have them send me pictures. Every 2 weeks they're sending me pictures. So let's say they weighed in 150 when they started. 2 weeks later, they're about 154 pounds. We compare the pictures and I see like how much fat did they gain, how much muscle did they gain, because you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see if they look more full or more fat, okay? And that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take pictures every couple of weeks and compare them so you can see, okay, I gained this X amount of weight, how much of it was muscle, how much of it was fat. There's no 100% way to determine this, but just keep your pictures consistent so you're able to see a difference. Alright? Obviously, if you gain a lot of fat and it looks like you just got 4 pounds fatter, then you gotta bump down your caloric intake. You know, slow it down. Make sure your weight gain's a little bit slower than that. But if it looks, let's say you only gain 2 pounds in 2 weeks, and it looks like you don't look any fatter, you just look bigger, then guess what? You're probably at a good rate. Keep it at a pound a week, a pound a week, a pound a week. The longer you can draw out your lean bulking phase without getting fat, the more gains you'll make. Okay? Don't be like me. This is a mistake that I used to make back in the day. Was I would bulk, and as soon as I saw my abs start disappearing, boom, I would want to cut again. And that's a big mistake, you know? And to be honest, I was never really that fat. When I wanted to cut down, when my abs started disappearing, I wasn't obese by any means. I still could have bulked longer. But you know, you want to look aesthetic, whatever. Okay? And I think even Alberto Nunez posted a picture, and it was a timeline about cutting and bulking and his phases. And if you look at his timeline, majority of his time was spent in gaining phases, meaning bulk phases, because that's where you're going to be making your gains. You're not going to be making gains or as much gains in a cutting phase, obviously because of caloric deficit and everything. So slower is always better. On top of that, make sure your strength is going up. If you're in a caloric surplus, all your lifts better be going up. Bench press, squat, deadlift, everything. Bicep curl, tricep push down, close grip bench, all your lifts should be going up. So track everything, and that'll maximize your bulk to make sure that you're gaining the proper amount of muscle. Alright? That's the end of the video. Strength and honor. Aloha.
Hungry. Bye-bye.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!